Babylon controls Jehoiakim. In his days Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon came up, and Jehoiakim became his servant for 3 years. Then he turned and revolted against him. And the Lord sent against him bands of Chaldeans, bands of Arameans, bands of Moabites, and bands of Ammonites. He sent them against Judah to destroy it, in accordance with the word of the Lord which he had spoken through his servants the prophets. It indeed came upon Judah at the command of the Lord, to remove them from his sight due to the sins of Manasseh, in accordance with everything that he had done, and also for the innocent blood which he shed, for he filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, and the Lord was unwilling to forgive. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? Jehoiakim reigns. So Jehoiakim lay down with his fathers, and his son Jehoiakim became king in his place. Now the king of Egypt did not come out of his land again, because the king of Babylon had taken everything that belonged to the king of Egypt from the brook of Egypt to the river Euphrates. Jehoiakim was 18 years old when he became king, and he reigned for 3 months in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Nehushta the daughter of Elnathan of Jerusalem. He did evil in the sight of the Lord, in accordance with all that his father had done. Deportation to Babylon. At that time the servants of Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon went up to Jerusalem, and the city came under siege. And Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon came to the city, while his servants were besieging it. Then Jehoiakim the king of Judah went out to the king of Babylon, he, his mother, his servants, his commanders, and his officials. And the king of Babylon took him prisoner in the 8th year of his reign. He also brought out from all the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king's house. And he smashed all the articles of gold that Solomon king of Israel had made in the temple of the Lord, just as the Lord had said. Then he led into exile all the people of Jerusalem, and all the commanders, and all the valiant warriors, 10,000 exiles, and all the craftsmen and the smiths. None were left except the poorest people of the land. So he led Jehoiakim into exile to Babylon. Also the king's mother, the king's wives, and his officials and the leading men of the land, he led into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. And all the valiant men, 7,000, and the craftsmen and the smiths, 1,000, all strong and fit for war, these to the king of Babylon brought into exile to Babylon. Zedekiah made king. Then the king of Babylon made his uncle Mattaniah king in his place, and changed his name to Zedekiah. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he became king, and he reigned for 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Hamutal the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. He did evil in the sight of the Lord, in accordance with everything that Jehoiakim had done. For it was due to the anger of the Lord that this happened in Jerusalem and Judah, until he cast them out of his presence. And Zedekiah revolted against the king of Babylon.